Hey people of YouTube, today we're covering the complete installation of the 52-inch Everaine ceiling fan by Home Decorators collection. If you found this video, you might be stuck in your own installation and you're looking for some help. We're here to do just that. We've already unpacked the fan and we're going to install it step by step all the way to turning it on and everything in between. But if you don't want to watch the whole video, you can use the links below and that'll take you to each individual step of the process. And if after you watch the video you found it helpful, please click like and subscribe, and that'll help other people find the video as well. So before we get started, just a couple of notes. You want to make sure the electricity is turned off at the breaker box and at the wall switch. If you don't feel comfortable working around electricity, please consult with a licensed electrician. And one other note is if you're hanging this fan where there's just a light fixture on your ceiling, you need to make sure that the outlet box is marked acceptable for fan support. If not, you'll need to swap that out before beginning. So let's talk about the Everaine ceiling fan for a second. It's got some great features like an energy efficient DC motor that gives you 5 speed settings. It's got a 6-way color changing LED light kit that allows you to choose the light's color temperature ranging from 2700K warm white all the way up to 6500K daylight deluxe, so matching your home's current lighting scheme isn't going to be an issue. It's got some great quick install features like a slide-on mounting bracket and a twist and lock light shade to make installation easier, and wiring the fan is super easy because the receiver has quick connect wire harness plugs that plug right into the fan before connecting it to the house. So as you can see here, we've already unpacked the fan and we've opened up the manual to the parts page. Now we're just going to go over all the parts to make sure we have everything before beginning, and that way we don't get stuck along the way. So first up, you have the slide-on mounting bracket that comes pre-installed inside the canopy with a decorative ring on the bottom, and we'll show you in the first step how to remove that to get started. You'll have 3 blades, the light kit pan, the LED module light kit, the twist and lock light shade, the fan motor, decorative motor collar cover, the ball and downrod assembly. You'll have a hardware pack that has the blade attachment screws and plastic wire nuts, and you'll have the remote and receiver. Now as mentioned, the receiver does have these quick connect wire harness plugs to make connecting to the fan quick and easy. And the remote does feature a reverse function to reverse the direction of the fan, and it also includes a wall cradle for convenient storage when it's not in use. And the batteries are included for your convenience. Now if hanging the fan with an extension downrod, you'll have this bit of extension wiring as well. So we have all the parts here. Just some tools we're going to need. You need a Phillips head screwdriver. We like to have a long one and a short one on hand. You'll need a flathead screwdriver. You may need a pair of wire cutters and strippers. We like to have a line voltage tester just to make sure the wires aren't live before beginning. You'll need a little bit of electrical tape and of course a ladder. So we have everything here. We're ready to begin. Let's do this. The mounting bracket comes pre-installed inside the canopy with the decorative ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first pull off the decorative ring. It's magnetic, so it just pulls off. You'll notice an alignment post at the base of the canopy. You'll need to loosen but not remove the 2 screws in the base of the canopy, enough so that that alignment post can exit that hole. Once those 2 screws are loosened, you'll simply lift and twist the mounting bracket to remove it from the canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. The bracket has 2 keyhole slots that will align with the 2 screws in the outlet box. Simply align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and then slide to hold in place before tightening. This is just a demonstration. To install the mounting bracket, begin by using a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen but not remove the 2 screws in the outlet box. Next, feed the house supply lines through the mounting bracket and align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws that were loosened in the outlet box. Then slide the mounting bracket into place. Then, use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten both of the outlet box screws and secure the mounting bracket. Make sure that both screws are completely tightened. Before routing the wires and attaching the downrod, you'll first need to loosen but not remove the set screw on top of the motor collar. Remove the warning label and use a flathead screwdriver to loosen but not remove this screw. This fan also features a safety tab on the motor collar that will lock the downrod in place should it ever loosen over time. If you ever need to remove the downrod, push the tab down to unscrew the downrod. Before routing the wires through the ball and downrod assembly, gently pull the green wire from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Next, place the downrod through the canopy so that the largest opening of the canopy is on the ball side. Next, place the decorative ring on the downrod, making sure that the black side with the slots is touching the canopy. The last piece is a decorative motor collar cover. Place that on the downrod so that the largest opening is facing towards the threaded end of the downrod. Then gently run the wires from the fan through the bottom of the downrod so that the plug exits the ball portion. Gently pull the wires through until the downrod meets the motor collar. Attach the downrod to the fan by screwing it into the motor collar. Once the downrod is screwed in, use the flathead screwdriver to completely tighten the set screw on the top of the motor collar. Once the set screw is tightened, slide the decorative motor collar cover down the downrod until it meets the top of the fan. Now the fan is ready to be hung. Before hanging the fan, it's important to note the slot in the ball that will engage the tab in the mounting bracket. When hanging, you'll insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab. This is just a close-up demonstration. Before hanging the fan, move the house supply lines out of the way to make room for the ball to insert into the mounting bracket. Lift the fan assembly up to the ceiling, noting the location of the slot and the tab in the mounting bracket. Insert the ball into the mounting bracket. Rotate the fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab in the mounting bracket. The fan will drop slightly when properly seated. When installing the receiver, you'll notice one side has 2 plugs. Those will connect to the fan wiring. The other side of the receiver has 3 wires that will connect to the house wiring. Make sure the flat side of the receiver is facing towards the ceiling, and then insert the receiver antenna end first through the mounting bracket so that it rests on top of the ball and downrod. Begin making the wire connections by connecting the small wire plug from the receiver to the small wire plug from the fan. Once that connection is made, move that wire out of the way, and then connect the large wire plug from the receiver to the large wire plug from the fan. The plugs will snap together when properly connected. Next, take the green wire from the ball and downrod assembly and the green wire from the mounting bracket and connect that with the green wire from the receiver. Twist those wires together, and then twist those wires together with the bare copper house wire. This is the ground connection. Once all those wires are twisted together, secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the white wire from the receiver and twist that wire together with the white wire from the house. This is the neutral connection. Secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Complete the wiring by taking the black wire from the receiver and twisting that wire together with the black wire from the house supply lines. This is the power connection. Secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once all the wiring connections are completed, gently tuck the wires around the mounting bracket to make room for the canopy to attach. The canopy attaches to the mounting bracket using 2 keyhole slots on either side of the canopy that will align with the 2 screws at the base of the mounting bracket. Align those holes with the screws in the mounting bracket and push the canopy up so the screws come through the keyhole slots, and then twist to hold the canopy in place. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten those screws and secure the canopy. You can tilt the fan to make extra room for the screwdriver to access the screws. Make sure both screws are completely tight. The decorative ring is magnetic. You just need to align the slots of the decorative ring with the 2 screws at the base of the canopy, and then slide the decorative ring up, and it will attach itself to the bottom of the canopy. When installing the blades, it's important that the blades are positioned with the proper side facing the ceiling. The blades have a label on them showing which side should be facing up. They are also imprinted with the words "this side up" to help make sure that the blades are facing the proper direction. The blades attach to the fan using 2 screw holes on the end of the blade that will align with the 2 screw holes at the base of the fan motor. Align the screw holes at the end of the blade with the screw holes at the base of the fan motor and use a blade attachment screw from the hardware pack and a Phillips head screwdriver to secure the fan blade to the fan. Repeat this process for the second screw. Make sure both screws are completely tightened before proceeding. Repeat this process for the 2 remaining fan blades. Once all 3 blades are attached, go back and double check that all screws are completely tightened before proceeding. The light kit pan attaches to the fan using 2 keyhole slots and 1 standard screw hole. Those will align with the 3 screws on the silver bracket at the base of the fan. Begin by using a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen, remove, and save one of the 3 screws, and then loosen but do not remove the 2 remaining screws. Position the light kit pan so that the side with the screw ends is facing towards the fan. Then feed the light kit wires through the center hole of the light kit pan and align the keyhole slots with the 2 screws that were loosened in the silver bracket at the base of the fan. Push up and twist to engage those screws in the keyhole slots and hold the light kit pan in place. Then, using the screw that was removed and saved and the Phillips head screwdriver, insert that screw through the standard screw hole and completely tighten. Then completely tighten the 2 remaining screws. Make sure all 3 screws are completely tight before proceeding. The LED module attaches to the light kit pan using 3 notched cutouts around the outer edge of the LED module. Those will align with the 3 screws in the outer edge of the light kit pan. Begin by using a Phillips head screwdriver to remove and save those 3 screws. Connect the LED module to the fan by plugging the blue wire from the fan to the black wire from the LED module, and the white wire from the fan to the white wire from the LED module. The Easy Snap connectors will snap together when properly connected. Once the wire connections are made, gently tuck the wires into the LED module and align the notch cutouts on the module with the screw holes in the light kit pan. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver and the screws that were removed and saved at the beginning of this step to secure the LED module to the light kit pan. Insert the screw into the screw hole and completely tighten. Repeat this process for the 2 remaining screws. Make sure all 3 screws are completely tight before proceeding. The light shade attaches to the fan using a twist lock method. There are 3 flat sides at the top of the light shade that will align with the 3 nubs on the inner edge of the light kit pan. Position the light shade so that those flat edges align with the nubs, and then push up and twist to lock the light shade in place. Before using the remote, you'll need to insert the batteries that were included. Slide the battery compartment cover off the back of the remote, and then insert the batteries according to the diagram inside the battery compartment. Once the batteries are inserted, replace the battery cover by sliding it onto the back of the remote. This fan features a full-featured remote control. Press the power button to turn the fan and light off. Press the power button again to turn the fan and light back on to its last settings. Press and hold this button for 5 seconds to activate the walk-away time delay. The light will dim briefly 50% to let you know this feature is activated, and then the fan and light will turn off in about a minute. Press the fan speed button to cycle through the fan's 5 speeds, starting with high, all the way to low. Press and release the light button to turn the light on or off. Press and hold the light button to cycle through the light's brightness settings. The light will cycle from bright to dim back to bright. Release the button when the desired level of brightness is achieved. Press and release the color temperature button to cycle through the light's 6 color temperature settings, ranging from 2700K warm white to 6500K daylight deluxe. Press and release the reverse button to change the fan's direction. The fan must be on and running before pressing this button. The fan will slow to a stop and then start back up in the opposite direction. The remote comes paired with the ceiling fan from the factory, but if you have more than one remote control ceiling fan in the house, it may be necessary to change the frequency of the remote. To change the frequency, start with the power to the fan turned off at the breaker box or at the wall switch, and then change the position of the dip switch in the battery compartment of the remote. Return power to the fan at the breaker box and wall switch, and within 30 seconds, press and release the Learn button in the battery compartment of the remote control. If pairing is successful, the fan's light will blink. To attach the wall cradle to the wall, begin by removing the screw cover by sliding it out of the wall cradle. Then choose a position on the wall where you'd like to store the remote when not in use. Use the included screws and a Phillips head screwdriver to attach the wall cradle to the wall. Make sure both screws are tight. You may want to use anchors that are also provided when attaching the wall cradle to the wall. Once the screws are tight, reinsert the screw cover into the slots of the wall cradle. Slide the remote into the wall cradle for convenient storage when not in use. When starting the fan, you may notice that the fan moves back and forth or seems to stutter before starting up. This is completely normal for a DC motor ceiling fan. This is just the magnetic poles in the DC motor aligning and starting the fan up. Congratulations, your ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to sit back, relax with a nice tall beverage, and enjoy your new ceiling fan. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find it as well. And as we always say around here, keep it breezy.